thrilling story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Warner Anderson as Matthew Swain, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, and Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson.
For Rodney and his brother Norman striking out on their own without the usual protection of their father, it is a time of conflict and a time of change. But out of this struggle comes the hint of a new maturity for Rodney and Norman. A maturity that will gird them for the days ahead.
It's from Dad.
Oh, yeah? Where is he?
He's on his way to Switzerland.
He sure gets around.
He's not having fun, though.
I didn't say he was.
He says it's raining a lot.
Big deal.
Here, you want to read it?
No.
This was in the letter, Norm.
Dear Norman, if I remember correctly, there's always a party after graduation from high school. Enjoy yourself. And congratulations on your graduation. Well, he's a lot surer than I am.
I'm going to write him. Would you like to add a few lines?
No.
I heard a lot of pounding around upstairs. I thought it was your brother.
No, it was both of us.
Aren't you going to be late for school?
Nope. Besides, I wouldn't miss your debut. You know, last night I kept thinking about when I wake up in the morning. You'd be right downstairs.
Yeah, behind the fountain. Oh, well, it's a big improvement on the dime store.
Yep, you got a whole fountain all to yourself.
Is there something I can make you for breakfast, Norman?
No, I've already eaten. Boiled water, crackers, cold spaghetti. Nothing fancy, but I'm learning. I will take a cup of your coffee, though.
Okay. God, I don't even know how you like your coffee.
Hot with 2 teaspoons of sugar, served by you.
You're my first customer.
You can serve my coffee anytime.
Thank you.
You sure you're gonna go through this night school?
Well, I think we're just working here part-time and then studying part-time. Yeah, I think I can. That is, if you keep telling me I can. Are you going to get your diploma at graduation?
It might mean losing my individuality, but I think I'll get one. Thank you for bugging and pestering me to no one's ever. You think Joe's trying to tell us something?
Norman.
goes so fast, he's driving pretty slow. Has he been in?
No. But I can't keep him out.
Why does he keep bugging you? Rita, I don't want any long history.
Well, I knew him before
Before you went with Kitch?
before Joe went away. But I don't
But
want
you're not seeing him now.
No. No, I'm not.
Because you're seeing me.
Yes.
Rita, if they bother you, just let me know. I mean it, Rita. And I don't want any long speeches about making trouble. Because if you do, I'll complain about your coffee.
Call me when Dr. Rossi's through with Kim and I'll pick you up.
Oh, you don't have to bother, darling. Oh, the garage said they'd have my car ready for me then. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, darling.
Kim!
Kim.
Darling, you must never, ever do that again. That's very dangerous, darling.
Hello, Mrs. Schuster.
Hello, Allison.
Well, goodbye all. Goodbye, Kitty Boo.
Goodbye, David. Well, come on, let's go see the doctor, hmm?
Mrs. Schuster, the school drama club is having a puppet show tomorrow night. Do you think Kim would like to come?
Well, I think she'd like that very much. She hasn't been feeling too well the last few days, so let me check with Dr. Rossi, and then I'll call you and I'll let you know.
All right. And if she can come, would you like to come too?
Oh, I'd like that very much. It's been such a long time since I've seen a puppet show. Bye-bye, Allison.
Goodbye. Bye, Kim.
Hello? Oh, hello, Frank. No, look, Frank, I didn't want those blood tests today. I wanted them yesterday. Yeah, 5 o'clock? Well, all right. All right, thanks. Now, Mrs. Barber, where were we? Hello? Hello, Mrs. Barber? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello.
Hello, Dr. Rossi.
Well, she hung up. Well, I suppose my phone side matter needs a little to be desired.
I'm terribly sorry not to have called you. I hope you can take us.
Oh, sure, sure.
Kim started to cough last night, and I got worried about her. I think she's coming down with a cold.
Well, we'll have to take a look at that, huh, Kim?
Kim. Dr. Rossi is just going to look at you, darling. Just look at you.
It's all right, Mrs. Schuster. We have some persuaders around here somewhere.
I'm so worried about her because she did have several colds in New York, and I know how dangerous that is for a deaf child.
Ah, all right. Take one. Ah, that's my favorite, too. Come on. Now, if you'll just give me the name and the address of Kim's doctor in New York, I'll have the records transferred of here.
Oh, yes, of course. I brought it with me, Dr. Rossi.
Oh, fine. We'll just put it down there. Oh, if you excuse me for just a minute to take Kim in there and undo the top of her dress, huh?
All right, Dr. Rossi. Come on.
Dr. Rossi's office. Oh, hello, Mrs. Barber. No, I'm sorry. I didn't hang up on you. Well, I suppose somehow we got disconnected. Well, fine. Well, it's a pleasure for me to finish the conversation with you, too, Mrs. Barber. Yes, thank you. I'm afraid your husband is to blame for that.
David, why?
Well, ever since his great secretary raid, I spent all my time on the telephone explaining to irate patients how they've been disconnected. Now, you want to open your mouth wide and say, ah, please? Well, a little wider than that, huh?
David said that he was hiring a new secretary, but I had no idea that Mrs. Anderson had worked for you.
Well, she did it more as a favor to me than anything else. Well, that sucker's gonna have to wait a while now. Do your ears bother you? Which one? All right, let's take a look in there, huh? Hello, down in there. Now, does the other one hurt you? Well, let's look at it anyway. Mm-hmm. All right, now you can let down the top of a dress, please.
All right.
It's cold, eh?
You, must have just about had it with the Schusters, Dr. Rossi.
I'm sorry.
I said you must have just about had it with the Schusters. It was David luring away your secretary and my having been so rude to you the night that you tried to examine Kim and she got lost.
All right, you can button up your dress now, Kim. I never confused concern with rudeness, Mrs. Schuster.
Well, nevertheless, I would like to apologize for both of us.
None is necessary for either of you.
How is Kim?
Well, I'm afraid the most we have to worry about with Kim is whether or not she'll be able to eat her lunch when she finishes that lollipop.
Oh, button up.
Which ear was it you said was hurting you? Before you told me it was the other ear. Sometimes we imagine all kinds of terrible aches and pains. The kids aren't above that. Play acting once in a while.
Especially when they have such a gullible audience. She does have her reasons, though, I suppose.
Well, I suppose she thinks she does. Has she talked yet?
No, not to us. Allison Mackenzie says that she has spoken to her doll, to her bed, to the floor, but not to us.
Mrs. Schuster.
Yes, Dr. Rossi.
What is really troubling Kim?
Well, I suppose it's coming to Peyton Place. It's a new environment. Everything is new. Her home, her bed.
I mean, over and above that.
Nothing. At least, nothing that I can think of. Excuse me. Come on, baby. Come on, come down. Good girl. Thank you so much, Dr. Rossi.
Well, that's what we're here for.